Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to install a Safari Snorkel on a 2019 TRD off-road owned by my buddy Jason. Let's get to it. Alright, so the manual says this should take about 2 hours, and I've heard people say it took them about 6. It took us about 4 hours, a little over 4 hours. The first step we went about doing was getting the OEM airbox out of the vehicle. Next we move on to the fenders, is remove all the screws on the right hand side of the fender flares till you get to about the halfway point. Once you get to the halfway point, you're gonna see a round clip that's super hard to get out. The only way we found to do it was to just straight pull it out. It's super hard to get out. I also tried using a little pry bar to pull it out, and that thing was just so stubborn. We then proceeded to align the template. Line up the top first to where it matches up to the top of the fender, goes into the engine bay, and then move it over so that it lines up to the beginning of the door. Next, I used a spring-loaded punch to punch little holes so that the drill bit that it was a lot easier if you make the hole slightly bigger so that you're able to move the snorkel to get all bolts bolted in. To protect your paint where you've drilled your holes, go ahead and apply a small amount of spray paint to those areas. This part is super frustrating. Safari supplies you with a rubber S-curve tube. One side is oval, which attaches to the snorkel. The other side is round, which has to go inside the fender and then through the wall of the fender into the engine bay. Hand tighten these screws to the snorkel so when you test fit it on the vehicle, you're able to mark where you need to drill your holes on the A-frame. This is another reason why you want to tape up the A-frame, is so you're able to mark it with a Sharpie and see where that bracket goes. This is optional by Safari's instructions, but we went ahead and put silicone on the plastic inserts before we installed them, just to prevent any water leakage. Go ahead and mount the snorkel. Make sure all the bolts line up into the holes and put them in slowly. Once you got that all bolted up, take the airbox and grind off all the tabs, because the rubber S-curve that they supplied has to fit on top. So I believe it's 20 millimeters deep that you're gonna have to trim off. That's pretty much it. Bolt together your airbox, make sure all your hose clamps are tightened, and you're good to go.